Next, write an elevator pitch. We talk about what these elevator pitches are, but it's actually about how do you present yourself to someone in a nice, succinct, short style, why they should buy from you, what makes you different. Another tip, focus on benefits, the afters, why people should buy from you. Don't be obsessed by features. We all get obsessed by our features, that it's double overhead camshaft. The benefit, how do you find out the benefit? By saying which means that. The double overhead camshaft, which means that it goes really quickly. Okay, be clear about benefits. Go on a sales course. If you've not been on a sales course in the last 6 months, go on one now, because being better at selling enables you to improve the whole customer journey as they come on. Do the customer survey. Ask them what they like about you, what they hate about you. Ask them what you need to do to get more business from them. And the bizarre thing is they'll tell you. The other bizarre thing about doing a customer survey, which I always find really weird, is by doing a customer survey, people always say, I'm so glad you phoned because we were thinking of buying some more of your product or service. Now you're on the phone, could you take an order? And finally, get better at each stage of this thing they call the pipeline. You get leads, then you have conversations, then you quote, you have a proposal, and finally they become clients. Just sort of map this journey that people go on. The better you can get at each stage of this, if you could get better by 5% at getting leads, get 5% more leads, you could get better at making conversation just by 5%, better at proposals, better at clients. The changes, again, in your business are absolutely dramatic. The math, as they say in the States, is phenomenal in terms of improving the number of clients you need. Very often, in many businesses that we work with, we discover that because they lose so many people from when they are a lead to becoming a client, because they're not quick enough and they're not tight enough and not sharp enough, the business is really struggling. As soon as you sort out this pipeline so that more of the people who are vaguely interested become interested and buy, very often they don't need to go further and look for other business. And it's just understanding how you can map out that customer pipeline. I can't talk without mentioning the Pareto principle, the 80-20 principle as it's referred to. It's just something which comes up wherever you go. And in a nutshell, Pareto talked about the law of the vital few. So that's a few of your customers, your best customers, represent maybe 80% of your profit. Maybe 20% of customers represent 80% of your profit. Maybe 20% of your staff do 80% of your sales. Maybe 20% of your product generates 80% of your profit. It's the law of the vital few. So a few of your things, inputs, generate 80% of outputs. It's also the law of the trivial many, that many of your inputs generate very little profit. In terms of marketing, the question will be, who are your best customers and how can you find more? Look at it another way, who are your worst customers and what are you going to do about it? And my view is you should sack them. The 80-20 rule is also interesting. You could mark up your customers from the most profitable to the least profitable. The most profitable at the top, then it's pretty profitable, then you're breaking even, then you're losing some money on them, then you're probably losing quite a lot of money on them. Those people at the bottom, which I refer to as the pond life or the scum, I don't understand why you're working with them, because they are buying on price, they're not loyal, whereas the people at the top of the pyramid, they love your product, they love your service, they're not buying on price. And these raving fans and ambassadors are the ones who can take your business to the next level. So you can't go far without coming across the 80-20 principle. I think is absolutely stunning. So we've looked at finance, we've looked at marketing. I'd now like to consider very briefly kind of the operations. If marketing's the promise, operations is what the customer gets, the deliverable. You can map out your customer journey. Compare that with the competitors. The customer journey is from they phone you, they have an appointment, they get the paperwork, you start working with them, you do the feedback sheets, you close. I personally would map out every step of that journey and consider every step of the journey and compare it with the journey they get with their competitors. Is what you offer worse, the same, better, or is it a wow? And is there some way that you can make certain steps in that process wow, blow people away? Be clear about who your raving fans and ambassadors are, because these are the people who can sell and grow the business for you. So you need to actually really understand who it is you blow away and how you can get them. I mean, my accountant's example, I go around saying how great he is. I do it for free. So figure out ways that you can get your raving fans and ambassadors to buy into what's going on in your business. So in terms of operations, I'll just be quite brief. Just be aware of the power of testimonials. Get testimonials from people. Do an operation testimonials. Target yourself with trying to get 20 testimonials. Try and get those testimonials to have numbers in them. So we've just done operation testimonials here, and when we get testimonials that say, 3 months after starting to work with the Director Centre, we've seen sales increase by 30%, even in bad times. Or testimonials saying, our net profits increased by 50%, and we're an estate agent, and we're in a recession. When you start getting testimonials like that, they talk far louder than anything that we can ever say for ourselves. Likewise, the power of stories, the long case study, they're wonderful. Ask for referrals from customers, ask for referrals from people you meet. But actually, this is all about asking for stuff. As I said before, do the customer survey, and of course, reward your favorite customers. So, let's just offer you a quick and dirty plan for getting to the next level in this recession. I would suggest these markers will really sort out your business. 1, increase your prices by 3%. 2, decrease your direct cost by 3%. That'll increase your margin quite considerably. Sort out your underperformers. So that's about sacking clients, products, suppliers, staff. I'd say sack 10% on average. Find a way of increasing the number of leads coming into the business by 5%. Find a way of increasing your quality of your sales conversations by 5%. In other words, get better at talking to people. Go on a sales course. Increase the number of purchases per customer by 3%. So that's just about saying, if you like the shoes, would you like the shoe cleaner? If you like the haircut, would you like the hairspray? If you like the program you're on, would you like a copy of the book? It's just about asking for the additional sale. If you'd like a large glass of wine, would you not prefer to have a carafe of wine, and so on and so forth? Then increase the number of purchases per customer, as I said, followed by decrease your overheads by 3%. That's not difficult. Pull in your cash 10 days faster. That's something you should be doing. And slightly controversial, spend your cash 10 days slower, so don't release the money quite as quick as you would do. These quick and dirty tactics will improve the cash and the profitability of your business very, very quickly, and they are, in my opinion, an absolute no-brainer. So a quick recap of the 2 parts in terms of finance. Do the numbers. Is your business viable in the short run? Is it viable in the long run? How good is your cash collection? In terms of finance, if you can put up the prices, cut the costs, then fix the underperformers. In terms of marketing and improving sales, think about your pre-sales, post-sales. And I know it's dreadful when you're running your own business and you're not necessarily a systemsy person, but you do need to systemize so that other people can do it, so the business isn't dependent on you. In marketing, ask for the business. Go for the low-hanging fruit. Operations, think about referrals, think about recommendations and rewards. This is all about planning, making your mistakes on paper. So make the plans, make the mistakes on paper, prioritize now. I guess the key thing for me is really don't hide your head in the sand, and you've got to take absolutely massive action. So next steps are really quite simple. Question is, what are you going to do as a result of today? It's been a waste of time listening if you're not going to do something. Who are you going to talk to? What decisions are you going to make? And I'd like now just to add on a little bit of a postscript really to this this session, just a few additional points which I'd just like to mention to you. Here's a very simple review. So this is all about taking control and doing the sums and being honest with yourself and taking action. But I'd just like to go on to a slide here, which is, as you can see, not the most beautiful slide, but it's really powerful. Notes to yourself. I am the problem. It's up to me to make it work out. I'm holding things back. I've got to work on, not in the business. I've got to sell something that people really want. I've got to understand their needs and their wants and their hurts, and I've got to seduce them, and I've got to blow them away with legendary service. I've also got to charge sensible prices, by which I mean prices which leave me enough profit to do things, and I've got to do it now. This is all about taking massive action, and it's all about making those tough decisions, and in this economic climate it's all about doing it right now. Can't get away from that. So a little bit of philosophy. Don't confuse motion with progress. Rocking horse keeps moving but makes no progress. You have to make serious, significant progress, and the way you do that is by making the big, tough decisions and by being bold and not being quiet. And I just thought I'd show you a little post-it which I've got on my computer because it kind of fits in quite nicely with that. And the question is, different slide. Let me just come back to this one. A quick not-to-do list for you. Don't take calls from unrecognized people. I think it's better to give you a not-to-do list than a to-do list. Don't email first thing at night, last thing at night, and check your emails often because emails screw your brain up. Try and do those less often. Don't go to meetings where there's no clear agenda. In terms of time, people ramble all the time. Don't let them do that. Don't ask them how they are. Just say what's up. In terms of time, don't waste your time with low-profit, high-maintenance customers. Don't work more to fix stuff. Define your important task for the day, and then get on with it. Don't play it too safe. You've got to be reasonable. So don't play it too safe, and don't be reasonable. You've got to be unreasonable. That's part of running your own business. Don't build a business around yourself. You're a fool if you do. And don't expect work to fill the void that non-work should really fill. Again, that may be a little message to myself that I've done there. So finally, here's the post-it that's on my machine. And it's really a reminder to myself, to all of us, and it says, what have I done in the last 15 minutes to help grow this business? I think too often we don't get engaged with what really matters, making the big decisions, the tough decisions about growing the business. We spend too much time working in, not on the business. So what we're talking about is a remarkable thing. It's simple to say, it's obviously to do, but it's just take massive action. Don't hang around. Don't hang around. Take massive action. So what are you going to do next? Well, buy the book, Beat the Credit Crunch. You can get it from directorscenter.com. Fine. More importantly, watch and listen. Go to a workshop. We've got the Better Director workshops for over £1 million businesses. We've got the Let's Talk workshops for businesses under £1 million with Barclays. That's fine. You can listen, talk, and share. Talk to an AVN accountant. Talk to a Directors Center consultant about making it happen. But all of these things are about getting you to take absolutely massive action. That's the only way it can happen. Make those tough decisions and move on to the next level. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening. I wish you every success in your business. Please do contact us. The best place to get hold of me is at directorscenter.com. You can get hold of me there. There's email addresses there and so on and so forth. And good luck for the future, and I hope to see you at some point. Thank you very much indeed.